What's wrong with that?
And what about the real fear of hell, right? What about the spiritual disease, the spiritual illness of sin, particularly grave sin, mortal sin? What do you have to say about that side of things that it seems to be far less important to many leaders when in fact that ought to be far more important?
It should be, especially among the church leaders. Listen, what is their job? I said it before, earlier in this interview, that you have one job to do, shepherds of the church, and that's provide for the state of grace for the people. Provide for them in terms of baptisms, confessions, and reconciliation, the Holy Eucharist to nourish and sustain us, anointing them, none of this stupid sprinkling of ashes for crying out loud. What? That's their job. Because our time on earth, no matter what, our time on earth is short. Eternity is a very long time. That is the one concern, the one job of a shepherd of the church. Worry about eternity. Not all this nonsense they're just focusing on, and they're contributing to it by their acquiescence to all this trusting in. Are you kidding me? Trusting in government? Who? You tell me one government since the start of man that we could trust. Tell me one. I don't know a single one. Listen, I studied history. There's what government? I mean, why do you think Thomas Jefferson gave us the Second Amendment in the first place? Precisely because, or not Thomas Jefferson, but the other guys that were there. He was in France at the time. Why we have the Second Amendment is because specifically because the founding fathers couldn't trust the government. And what have they done since then that makes us that would change our opinion on this? Well, we've got a lot of people that drink the Kool-Aid, a lot of sheeples, and the shepherds of the church are amongst them.